Ever wondered how millions of mushrooms are harvested and canned every year to end up on your plate? In this video, we'll explore the intricate process behind how millions of mushrooms are carefully cultivated, harvested, and processed into the canned mushrooms we find in stores. From the compost to the can, we'll show you everything that goes into ensuring these mushrooms make it to your table. Stay tuned to uncover all the secrets. If you're curious about this process, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insightful videos like this one. Every year, one of the largest mushroom farms in the world yields an astounding harvest of 400 million mushrooms. These mushrooms are not simply grown in the dirt, but are cultivated in a carefully prepared compost mixture that contains a precise blend of organic materials, including a critical element: chicken manure. Remarkably, mushrooms grown in this environment double in size every 24 hours. But how does this happen? And how does such a large-scale operation process and can such a huge quantity of mushrooms annually? Let's dive into the fascinating and intricate world of mushroom cultivation and canning, uncovering the science and techniques behind this global food production. The origins of mushroom cultivation. The cultivation of mushrooms dates back thousands of years, with evidence of mushroom harvesting as far back as 600 AD. However, it was not until the 18th century that large-scale cultivation of mushrooms was established. Over the years, this edible fungus has gained popularity and has become one of the most widely consumed vegetables globally. In the mid-20th century, mushrooms started to make a significant mark in everyday dishes, making their way into kitchens and menus worldwide. Today, mushrooms are an integral part of countless recipes, from soups to sauces to pizzas. The mushroom capital of the world. Kennett Square, a small town in Pennsylvania with a population of around 6,000, is known as the mushroom capital of the world. Despite its size, the town boasts more than 60 mushroom farms, making it the epicenter of mushroom cultivation in the United States. These farms together produce over half of the nation's total mushroom crop, a remarkable feat for such a small area. Each year, Kennett Square and its surrounding regions yield nearly 200 million kilograms of mushrooms, a staggering figure that highlights the area's dominance in the industry. One of the largest farms in the region is responsible for harvesting an impressive 500,000 kilograms of mushrooms every week, further cementing the town's reputation as a global leader in mushroom production. The farms in Kennett Square have become integral to the supply chain, providing fresh mushrooms to grocery stores, restaurants, and food manufacturers across the country. This success is not just due to the quantity of mushrooms produced, but also the quality and consistency that these farms maintain. The expertise and experience of local farmers, combined with the ideal environmental conditions, have turned Kennett Square into a hub for mushroom cultivation. The town's reputation continues to grow, as its mushrooms are highly sought after for their quality and flavor, making Kennett Square a key player in the global mushroom market. Mushroom harvesting process. The process of harvesting mushrooms is a highly coordinated and precise operation that begins long before the mushrooms are ready to be picked. To ensure top-quality mushrooms, harvesting occurs before the caps open and while the mushrooms are still firm. This step is critical, as the appearance, texture, and overall quality of the mushrooms depend on their timely harvest. While they may appear simple, the process of cultivating mushrooms is far from easy. It requires constant monitoring and careful attention to detail at every stage to achieve the best possible outcome. The journey starts with preparing the substrate, the base material where the mushrooms will grow. Typically, this substrate is a carefully crafted blend of compost, straw, manure, and other organic materials. These ingredients are combined to create an environment rich in nutrients, ensuring the optimal conditions for the mushroom's development. The right mixture is crucial because it supports the growth of the mushrooms and sustains them throughout the cultivation process. Once the substrate is ready, mushroom spores or mycelium are introduced to it. The mycelium begins to colonize the substrate, spreading through the mixture and laying the foundation for the growth of the mushrooms. This is the starting point of the mushroom's life cycle in the cultivation process. The mycelium's growth is closely monitored to ensure it flourishes in the right conditions, with humidity, temperature, and air circulation being carefully controlled to optimize the environment. Only after these conditions are met can mushrooms begin to emerge, growing at a remarkable rate under controlled conditions. The secret ingredient: chicken manure. A staggering 140,000 tons of highly specialized compost are produced annually on these large mushroom farms. The quality of the compost is vital for mushroom growth, and its preparation is a precise science. The compost consists of a mix of hay, straw, and a key ingredient that may not be immediately appetizing for many mushroom lovers: chicken manure. This nitrogen-rich ingredient is crucial for creating the optimal conditions for mushroom growth. The compost must achieve about 2% nitrogen content to be effective, and chicken manure plays an essential role in meeting this requirement. Additionally, gypsum, a mineral that enhances the structure of the compost and neutralizes acidity, is added to the mix. The compost blend is then moistened with water, and the mixture begins its transformation in what is known as a compost bunker. This process involves chemical and biological activity where microorganisms break down the raw organic materials and convert them into a uniform mass. The steamy transformation. In the composting bunker, air circulation is crucial. Mechanized systems are employed to ensure constant airflow, maintaining the ideal conditions for the fermentation process. As the materials break down, they release heat and ammonia, raising the temperature inside the bunker to as high as 80 degrees Celsius. The heat helps accelerate the composting process, while the ammonia serves to further enrich the compost. After about 2 weeks of fermentation, hot air is pumped into the bunker, pushing the temperature to 82 degrees Celsius. This combination of heat, moisture, and oxygen creates an ideal environment for beneficial bacteria to thrive, further breaking down the compost material. This period of high heat helps to eliminate harmful bacteria that could negatively affect the mushrooms. Once the compost has reached its peak stage, pasteurization is necessary. The compost is heated to 58 degrees Celsius for 8 hours, followed by a period of maintaining it at 45 degrees Celsius for 5 days. This pasteurization process is essential for eliminating any remaining harmful microorganisms that could potentially spoil the mushrooms. Afterward, the compost is allowed to gradually cool over several days, reaching a more suitable temperature for mushroom growth, around 25 degrees Celsius. The role of mycelium and spores. As the compost cools, microorganisms within the substrate begin converting ammonia into nitrogen-rich protein, which is a vital nutrient for the mushrooms. At this stage, the compost is ready to receive mushroom spores. These spores, which come from commercial spore suppliers, are distributed evenly throughout the compost using a hopper system. The compost is then moved into carefully controlled cultivation rooms, where temperature and humidity levels are closely regulated. These cultivation rooms are maintained at optimal conditions to encourage the mycelium, the root-like structure of the mushroom, to grow. Mycelium spreads throughout the compost, forming a dense network of white filaments. This marks the final stage of the substrate's transformation into a nutrient-rich material suitable for growing mushrooms. Industrial-scale mushroom farming. In industrial-scale mushroom operations, a method called shelf technology is used for mushroom cultivation. This technique, which originated in the Netherlands, involves growing mushrooms indoors on vertical shelves. Growing mushrooms indoors allows farmers to control the environment, which is crucial since mushrooms cannot produce chlorophyll-like plants. Therefore, a specially prepared organic environment is necessary for them to grow. The conditions inside the cultivation rooms are closely monitored. Humidity levels are maintained between 70% and 95%, and mushrooms are shielded from direct sunlight, as light exposure can hinder their growth. In the initial weeks, the temperature is kept between 22 degrees Celsius and 24 degrees Celsius, but later it is lowered to around 16 degrees Celsius to optimize conditions for mushroom development. Each room on these farms can accommodate up to 96 tons of compost. The compost functions as a spa-like environment for the mushroom spores, providing them with everything they need to grow into mature mushrooms. The mycelium serves as the root structure for the mushrooms, and as the mushrooms grow, they begin to sprout from the mycelium. Fruiting mushrooms. To trigger the fruiting stage, a layer of soil and peat moss is spread over the compost. However, for mushrooms to fruit consistently, the mycelium, mushroom roots, must be manipulated into thinking it's autumn, no matter the season. This is achieved by controlling several key environmental factors, including temperature, humidity, and light exposure. Temperature is carefully adjusted, typically dropping to around 16 degrees Celsius, which mimics the coolness of fall. Humidity levels are kept high, ranging between 80 to 95%, to replicate the moist conditions mushrooms thrive in during the fruiting process. The presence of light also plays a significant role. In nature, mushrooms naturally fruit in low-light conditions, so growers keep the environment dark or at minimal light levels to simulate the autumn light conditions. Once the environmental factors are set, tiny mushroom pins begin to form on the compost within a few weeks. These small mushrooms grow at an astonishing rate, nearly doubling in size every 24 hours. In just a week, these mushrooms become visible and start to take shape. Over the next few days, their size and shape continue to evolve rapidly. Within 2 weeks, they reach full maturity, sporting caps and stems that are ready for harvesting. The rapid growth of mushrooms is truly remarkable. This accelerated growth is essential for large-scale mushroom farming, where crops need to be harvested consistently. The controlled environment ensures that mushrooms grow evenly and consistently, reducing the risk of disease or misshapen crops. By manipulating these environmental factors, temperature, humidity, and light, mushroom farmers can replicate the perfect conditions year-round, ensuring a constant and reliable harvest that supplies mushrooms to markets globally. Harvesting and post-harvest processing. Once the mushrooms reach maturity, they are ready for harvest. An automatic harvesting machine is used to collect the mushrooms quickly and efficiently. These harvesters are designed to carefully cut the mushrooms from the base of their stems, making sure not to damage the mycelium. This is important because the mycelium can continue to produce new mushrooms every 3 to 5 days for about 3 weeks after the initial harvest. Once harvested, the mushrooms undergo a thorough separation process to remove any waste or non-edible parts. The mushrooms are then carefully washed to eliminate any dirt, soil, or compost residues attached to their surface. After washing, the mushrooms are weighed and placed into boxes with their caps facing upward for packaging. Process of mushroom cultivation and canning is a marvel of modern agricultural technology. From the precise preparation of compost to the controlled environment in which mushrooms grow, every step is designed to maximize efficiency and quality. The ability to produce 400 million mushrooms annually is a testament to the incredible advancements in farming and food processing. It is a complex and delicate operation that ensures the mushrooms we enjoy in our meals are of the highest quality year after year. Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey through the world of mushroom farming. From the careful cultivation process to the precision involved in harvesting and canning, we've seen just how much goes into producing millions of mushrooms each year. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to hit that like button, share it with friends, and subscribe for more behind-the-scenes insights into the industries that shape our everyday lives. Stay tuned for more fascinating videos that uncover the secrets behind the food we eat.